Hello there. It's your favorite panelist, Miles. And as you can see, I've finally been upgraded to the host position. So strap in and watch this train wreck unfold on this week's episode of The Inferno. No, you weren't dreaming. I'm still the host. And on this week, for the panel, we have Joe Cortez.
I hate birthdays.
Madeline Hyman.
Happy birthday to Joe. No, not this Joe. My brother, Joe.
And unfortunately, we have Johnny Soto.
Well, happy birthday to my fellow panelist, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to see a little bit of Trevor later, but for now, let's get to it. The number 7 Yukon Huskies defeated the number 8 Kentucky Wildcats 60-54, becoming the first 7 seed to win the NCAA championship. UConn's pizzazz came from none other than Shabazz Napier, that is, who carried the team, averaging about 26 points per game in the tournament. Speaking of pizzazz, let's check out this week's edition of Heat on the Street, where we find out what the burning questions were this week.
All right, thanks, Miles. We're back with another exciting installment of Heat on the Street. I'm Anthony Mitchell.
And I'm Angela Lohan.
Yeah, we're out here, sunny downtown Phoenix. It's a hot one, 90 degrees. Winter months are over. Lucky for me, though, casual Friday, short sleeve today. These are my forums. I don't know if we've seen them on the show yet. How's the weather down there, Angela?
You know, the sun does not discriminate. It's still hot.
All right, that was a little bit of a low blow with a short joke, but we're out here asking strangers how they felt about March Madness. Let's go. March Madness just ended. Who played in the championship game?
I think it was, like college, right?
Oakland Thunder, right?
I don't know.
U of A? And somebody else?
It was Yukon against Kentucky.
Who do you have going first overall in the NBA draft?
I want to say Enos from Syracuse because I'm a Syracuse fan, so I'm really biased. But I'm going to go with Enos because why not?
Who's the guy with the crazy eyebrow?
Peyton Manning still play football?
It depends on who gets the first pick, but I think it could be Joel Embiid.
All right, that's it for us.
Yeah, the students had a lot of interesting things to say, the least.
Yeah, a lot of names thrown out, from Anthony Davis, current NBA superstar, to Peyton Manning, 10-year NFL quarterback.
Yeah, who knew he played basketball, supposedly?
He did not. Back to you in the studio.
Wow, so many great answers. I mean, Wiggins who? Moving on, the Scorchies are back, and our panel's picked a team, a coach, and a player who deserve our oh-so-valuable Scorchies. What you got, panel?
Welcome to the second edition of the Scorchies, and as Miles said, we're picking a team and a coach and a player of the tournament. But there's one catch. The team of the tournament has to be a team other than the obvious choice. The 7th seed to win all the way, that team being, of course, UConn. So here we go. Now we got that squared away. The team of the tournament goes to Wisconsin Badgers, as you see there. Well, let's take a look at who they beat. They took down the basketball powerhouse, American University, Oregon, Baylor, Arizona, and was one miraculous shot by Kentucky away from the national championship game. With the exception of American, those teams aren't pushovers. Also, it's worth noting that as the winner of the Inferno pool, I was the only one to have him in the Final Four. Miles, anytime you want to pay up, that's cool with me. Anyways, congrats to Wisconsin. It was a tough choice between you and the Tucson PD, but it's quite an honor to walk away with the Scorchie.
You also can't forget that the Badgers started off the season with a 16-0 record. That's pretty impressive. And during that streak, they beat teams like the Florida Gators, the Virginia Cavaliers, and the Hawkeyes of Iowa. Also, after beating those teams in the tournament, as you stated, Joe, and advancing to the Final Four, they haven't been to the Final Four since the year 2000, before Coach Ryan even got there. Maddie?
Yeah, Joe, as you said, the Badgers were one shot away from making it to the national title game. Yeah. A very impressive season from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Maddie got so excited she started throwing things.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. No, this coach may have led the national championship, but he led his team to the national championship game. Coach Cal helped turn around the team after it looked like they were heading to the national invitational tournament. For the second straight year, Calipari coached the team to a 29-11 record and just a few points away from a national title. The Scorchie for coach of the tournament goes to Coach Calipari of the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, Coach Cal is one of the more polarizing figures in all of sports.
Yeah.
But say what you want, taking a group of freshmen in 8 seed, no less, to the national championship game is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they had the most talented starting 5 in the nation, but they're all basically 18 and 19 years old.
Yeah, Joe, many people forget that their starting 5 is composed of all freshmen, and he was able to take them to both the SEC title game and the national title game. He also led his group of freshmen to end Wichita State's undefeated record and then went on to guide his young team to beat both of the squads that played each other in last year's championship in back-to-back game. That's pretty hard to accomplish in 1 year. Up next, we got the player. You know I love my boy Dougie McBuckets, but he didn't make that much noise in the big dance, so that's why we got to go with Shabazz Napier. Let me tell you why he's getting our vote. He led his UConn team to a national title. He was announced to the Wooden All-American team. He made a buzzer beater to beat the #1 team in Florida back in December, and in the tournament this year, he was able to score over 20 points in 4 out of his 6 games. The UConn senior was simply fearless this year. Joe, what do you have to say?
I mean, Shabazz is the obvious choice. He had 22 points and 6 rebounds in the final game. He channeled his inner Kimball Walker and single-handedly willed the Huskies to the title. I don't know how it could be anybody but Shabazz.
Yeah, Shabazz definitely deserves Scorchie for player of the tournament.
Definitely.
Wow, there was a lot of great times happening in the NCAA. Joe, you'll get that money if you show up on time for once. Remember what I said about Trevor earlier? If you don't, Trevor Miglino's back with an all-new edition of the Frogo. You don't know what that is? You're going to find out. Take it away, Big Migs.
All right, here's the rules of the Frogrow. If you don't know, bigger the play, bigger the hair. Let's go. We're going to start off with top possible prospect Jabari Parker as he rises up and slams it down, earning himself a 3 on the Frogrow meter. Next, we have OK State's Markel Brown as he creates space and makes the jam, giving him a 3 on my meter. Now we go back to Utah's Princeton Onwaz as he's about to go soaring and brings it down right now. Boom, look at that. He earns a 4, 1 more than his number on the Frogrow meter. Now we have 6'8" forward DJ Bennett from Oklahoma. And on the Frogrow, that's not him. That's him right there, coming in with that nice putback. Team's going wild. Topping the 4s on the Frogrow meter is none other than Adrian Payne as he finds the lane and brings the pain to Wisconsin with the nice one-hander jammer. You thought he was done, but he's not. Markel Brown is back, and he gets this pass from nice Smart. Boom, look at that. We're going to have to see that one again. That was too nasty. Way too good. Watch it right here. Going up, coming down. Did you see that? Wow, that's amazing. All right, Miles, if that didn't make your hair stand up, I don't know what will. Back to you.
Definitely made my hair stand up. Definitely not the gel. Definitely those dunks. No doubt about it. Anyway, we're going to close the show with what's on everyone's mind with so many talented college players this year. Who will go first in the NBA draft? Besides Anthony Davis and Peyton Manning, panel, tell us who you got.
Yeah, the #1 draft pick may come in the form of a Canadian from the Kansas Jayhawks. Andrew Wiggins, see, I did a little wig here.
That Trevor?
No. But he posted phenomenal stats. In 35 games for the Jayhawks, he was able to post a 44.8% field goal average and 597 points. He had a great athleticism and stands at 6'8". The most remarkable thing is he's only 19 years old. Andrew may be a small forward, but he comes up big when his team needs him.
Yeah, he's a pretty talented Canadian, eh?
Sorry to interrupt you, eh? But you brought up some great points about Wiggins, but he was too inconsistent in the first half, in my book. So I got to go with the freshman from Duke, Jabari Parker. That is, of course, if he doesn't stay for his sophomore year, since there are rumors that he might stay. However, the Stormy Mormon didn't play like a freshman this year. He averaged 19.1 points per game and 8.7 rebounds. Plus, in 18 of his games this year, he dropped at least 20 points. That's a Duke scoring record for a freshman. And if those numbers don't impress you, his stature and weight should, as he is listed at 6'8", 235, which are awfully close numbers to a guy named LeBron James, who is 6'8", 250.
Wow. LeBron, Stormin' Mormon and LeBron?
I'm not saying, I'm just
saying.
saying.
Quite a comparison.
Well, with the first pick in the 2014 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks. Timeout. Can you believe the Bucks have a worse record than the Sixers?
25-game losing streak?
26.
That D-League team?
Yeah, anyways, the Milwaukee Bucks select the big man out of Cameroon by way of Kansas, Joel Embiid. Yeah, his back injury is a bit of a concern, but a 7-footer with that much athletic ability is well worth the risk in my book. He's been drawing a lot of comparisons to Hakeem Olajuwon, unlike LeBron over here. I got Olajuwon. So let's take a look at it. They both average over 10 points in college. They're both 7-footers, depending on who you ask. Some people have Hakeem into 6'10". You never know. They're both freakishly athletic, and they're both from Western African nations. Embiid from Cameroon and Olajuwon from Nigeria. So there you go.
But you also have to remember that Embiid's only played 3 years of basketball, and Hasheem Thabeet also did the same thing. So you never know. He could be the next Hakeem Olajuwon. Could be the next Hasheem Thabeet.
Give me my money, Todd.
Only time will tell. We got Parker, we got Wiggins, we got Embiid. The Bucks are not a D-League team. That was definitely Trevor on the whiteboard, and sadly, my time as host is up. Will I do it again? If my non-existent comedy career takes off, probably not. But for now, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for listening to me. You know what they say, there's a first time for everything. Joe is never, ever going to get that money. My name is Miles Todd, and this has been The Inferno.